You have this potential for greatness. You can sense it inside of you, but you just don't know how to express it. Hi, my name's Aiden. This is Studio Raphael. 2 years ago, I was stuck. There was this reality, this life that was in my head that I really wished I was living, but I wasn't living it. I was scared to live it. I was so far away from it that I actually felt like that life was impossible. It was at that moment 2 years ago where I decided to surrender. I decided to let go of myself and simply become that which the universe decided was best for me. You see, I always saw a career for myself working with people. I always saw myself expressing myself in music and in art. Somehow, I knew it was meant for me. I just didn't know how to get there. For a really long time, I thought that I was the one that was supposed to do it. I needed to do it by myself. I felt like I was alone. I felt stuck. In that moment of surrender, I gave myself up to something higher than me. I gave myself up to a higher power, saying to the universe, to God, to whatever it was, that look, if this is what I desire, I know that it's meant for me. But I also knew that just because it was meant for me, that didn't necessarily mean it was my time to have it. This is what led me into the 2-year journey to where I am today. You see, letting go of the attachment to the result, letting go of the attachment to the thing that I desired so much, opened up the path to creating it. Everybody is on a unique path, a unique journey. You are as well. Of course. This path is the path towards expressing our highest truth, our highest self. To many people nowadays, the highest truth and the highest self feel like something that is so far removed from them that it doesn't feel possible to have it. The truth is that creating this highest self is actually not your creation at all. In fact, creating this self is the complete letting go of thinking that you have to create it in the first place and simply becoming that which you always were. You see, in today's society, there are a lot of thoughts and ideas thrown around about who we are and how we're supposed to live our lives. With so many thoughts and ideas, we actually come to take these on as identity attachments, as things that we become to believe that we are. In this process of identity attachment, we become so connected to an idea of ourselves that we actually forget what it means to not live in this idea. We put on the costume of who we think we are rather than simply being that which we are. In a time where there were no phones, in a time where the world wasn't so dependent upon money and status, there simply would have been living alongside nature. You see, the spider doesn't need anyone to teach it how to spin its web. The baby kangaroo doesn't need anybody to tell it that it has to go into its mother's pouch. These are the intuitive senses and the intuitive nudges that exist within nature and exist within the universe and thus also exist within us. But this is not something that we have to think. This is something that we simply do. This trust, this belief that the universe will cover you, that the universe has your back, that the universe wants your greatest desire too, and that all you have to do is get out of the way of these desires is quite possibly the most difficult act that in the modern world we can do for ourselves, but it is also the most fulfilling, the most satisfying, and the most rewarding. For the longest time, I've wondered, where am I leading people? What am I leading people towards? You know, every time you click on a video of mine, I want you to feel like I'm taking you somewhere. Now I'm realizing, or at the very least now I'm finding, that where I'm leading people is towards this deep inner surrender. It's towards becoming more and more of the simple expression of love that is the universe itself. We are not created to strive for happiness. We are created to become that which is love and fulfilled in love, to be full of love. You can be angry, but it can be loving. You can be sad, but it can be extremely loving. If everything is rooted in love, then everything is the highest manifestation of that emotion. Love is the framework that creates who we are. Whether or not we allow ourselves to become it, that's another thing. So get out of the way of your own thoughts. Get out of the way of your own ideas. See what happens if you're to just let go. To just become the moment. To just be all of you. To be aware of the thoughts every time they try and get in the way. Let go of it. It is the greatest gift you can give to yourself. It is a path that I deepen myself on every single day. And if I can take you anywhere, I hope to take you there, because I know how deeply fulfilling and rewarding it is. And to me, serving others in that sense is about the most deeply fulfilling life I can imagine. And that is the vision that life has been taking me towards for the last 2 years. This is what I surrendered towards, and I am here to support you in your journey towards surrender as well. So, my name's Aiden, this is Studio Raphael. Studio Raphael is all about this healing, it's about this connection, it's about art, creativity, becoming the artistic expression that we were created to be, getting out of our own way, conquering our fears, conquering this inner battle, and becoming the loving divine creation that we always were. Thanks for tuning in. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe. If you do comment, let me know about you. Give me your name. Where are you from? What are you struggling with? Let's have a conversation here. I'm not just here to drain your energy and drain your time. I'm here to get to know you. Getting to have these conversations fulfills me. It shows me the uniqueness and the infinite nature of the universe we live in, and I find that to be such a beautiful thing, and the more I can create of that around myself, the more fulfilled I become. So stay tuned for more of this. Ask your questions. Let's see where this goes, and hopefully I will see you around the studio sometime. Take care.